So lads, not good news right here. Not good news. So whatever the hell they had her doing in Indiana, I mean this when I say this, get as far away from Indiana as possible. Get as far away from that medical team as possible. Because, like, when her body's breaking down with no injury.
In a sobering update, the Indiana Fever have shared concerning news about Caitlin Clark's condition, and it's far from reassuring. Clark sustained a right groin injury on July 15th, and while medical evaluations fortunately ruled out further complications, that silver lining was short-lived. The team offered no comfort in their statement, confirming that there is currently no timeline for her return to the court.
Following a July 15th injury to her right groin, Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark underwent further medical evaluations earlier this week. The team can confirm that no additional injuries or damage were discovered through the evaluations. Clark will continue working with the Fever medical team on her recovery and rehabilitation, with the priority on her long-term health and well-being. There is no timetable available for Clark's return, and no additional details will be provided at this time. Any further updates will be shared as they become available. This is an update, a statement directly.
Not the coaches, not the medical team. No one can say when the WNBA's brightest young star will suit up again. The uncertainty is haunting, leaving fans and teammates in a state of anxious disbelief. This indefinite absence lands like a gut punch. For a generational talent like Caitlin Clark, the words "no timetable" feel almost surreal, like a future on pause no one was ready for.
Timetable for Caitlin Clark's return after being evaluated this week, which means worst case scenario, the Indiana Fever can be without Caitlin for the rest of the year. But best case scenario, she comes back after missing a few games. But does that mean she'll be healthy? 100% fully healthy at least. Their next 3 games, which are the final games of July, is against the Aces tonight at home, then Chicago Sky on the road, then back at home against the Phoenix Mercury. But here's the schedule for the beginning of August. And again, this Fever team has to prepare to be without Caitlin Clark, as she has no timetable for.
It's a sign that even the experts aren't sure whether Clark's recovery will span a few weeks or stretch into something far longer. The Fever's statement gave no additional insight, only deepening the sense of uncertainty. A wave of concern swept through the basketball community. How could it be that Caitlin Clark, the fiercely resilient guard seemingly born to dominate this league, now faces an injury so unpredictable that no one can say when she'll return?
It was only a week ago that Caitlin Clark was listed as questionable for a Wednesday night game against the New York Liberty in New York. About 5 hours prior to game time, it goes from questionable to out. Thursday, heading into the All-Star break, the three-point contest is Friday night. Caitlin Clark releases a statement of her own saying she won't be participating in the three-point contest and won't be participating in the All-Star game. Caitlin Clark's team has made it known we are going to be holding her out until she is fully recovered. We are not going to be rushing her back.
If you're enjoying this coverage, don't forget to subscribe. Tragically, uncertainty has become the defining thread of Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Every time she steps on the court, it feels like a countdown to the next setback. This latest groin injury marks her 3rd soft tissue issue since the 2025 WNBA season tipped off, and her 4th of the year overall. It's a cruel cycle. Flashes of brilliance followed by yet another trip to the injury report. A star who should be soaring keeps getting grounded, over and over again.
People were of the opinion of stay out as long as you have to. Just stay out. I mean, I'm starting to wonder if the season is not a wash at this point anyway. She needs to get well. This is good news, at least. Honestly, as someone who has dealt with this injury during a season, the way she was walking and moving all-Star week gave me hope for her. It wasn't a lot worse and a season-ending thing. They have to be smart, though.
The pattern emerged early. Clark's injury troubles began in late May with a left quadriceps strain that kept her out for 5 games. She returned in mid-June, fueled by determination and hope. But just 5 games later, she was sidelined again, this time with a left groin injury that forced her to miss 4 more games, including the Commissioner's Cup Championship. Still, Caitlin pressed on. She committed to rehab and fought her way back yet again, refusing to let setbacks define her.
Just like I stated, guys, this should not come as no surprise, bro. I told you, Caitlin Clark was injured with her mobility. When she caught the first groin injury, that's what really kind of did everything in for her, guys. It was just not looking good after that first one. And
fans celebrated her return, hopeful that the worst was behind her, until July 15th, when disaster struck again. This time, it was a right groin injury suffered against Connecticut. A cruel deja vu. What makes it all the more shocking is that before this year, Caitlin Clark had never missed a single game due to injury. Now, in just one season, she's endured 4 separate muscle injuries. It's a staggering and surreal twist for a 23-year-old superstar in peak physical shape. Each setback has landed harder than the last, not just for Clark, but for a league that's built so much around her brilliance. She instantly became the face of the Fever and a headline act for the entire WNBA. Her presence supercharged jersey sales, packed arenas, and sent TV ratings soaring. Which is why her absence now feels like more than a personal loss. It's a gut punch to the league's momentum.
And yeah, of course, I want to see her play. Of course, I think they need her to win majority of these games. But at the same time, she needs to rest, right? She needs to rest. We done seen her try to come back prematurely. She plays well, and then those next following games, it just looked like she's just not there. She doesn't look the same, can barely get those shots off. So, yeah, I think it's best for everybody for her to rest and just get ready for the end game of this season.
Now, with Clark trapped in an exhausting cycle of injury and rehab, all that momentum has ground to a halt. This was supposed to be her breakout season, a campaign where she'd light up the league, steal the show at All-Star Weekend, push the Fever into playoff contention, and dazzle fans with nightly brilliance. Instead, it's been a year of fragments and what ifs. She was voted an All-Star starter and captain, rightfully so, but had to withdraw, her body simply unable to keep up. The All-Star festivities in Indianapolis, which should have been her grand showcase on home turf, unfolded without their headliner. And with the Fever teetering around .500, every game Clark misses chips away at their playoff hopes. The numbers say it all. Indiana is 4-7 without her, 8-5 when she plays. Her absence isn't just a team setback. It's a league-wide void that's being felt in every corner of the WNBA.
5 games on 2 separate occasions, first due to a left quad strain and then because of a left groin injury. However, the Fever announced no timetable for her return. She's missed 11 of 24 games this season. Wow. The team's statement said they will prioritize her long-term health. Clark's absence is a blow to the Fever's playoff hopes. At 12-12, Indiana holds a 1-game lead over the 9th seed Golden State Valkyries. However, the Fever are 4-7 without Caitlin Clark in the...
When Caitlin Clark has managed to suit up this season, it's been painfully obvious. She's not the same electrifying force fans fell in love with. And how could she be? She's playing through a string of nagging injuries while carrying the crushing weight of sky-high expectations. Still, game after game, she battles. You can see it in every motion. Jump shots that come off just a bit heavy, drives that lack their usual explosiveness, and hesitations where she once cut on a dime. On the road, she's just 2 for 35 from beyond the arc, a staggering stat that shouts what everyone already suspects. She's never truly healthy when she's out there. The constant churn of injuries has clearly disrupted her rhythm, chipped away at her confidence. How could it not? One week it's a heavily wrapped thigh, the next a tender groin. Even Caitlin herself has admitted the toll it's taken.
The scary thing when your legs are breaking down and you're not injured, because you have to figure out what the hell that is. It could literally be her running mechanics changed and it put pressure, even slightly, it put more pressure on her upper legs. Like all of those things, which very well could be a reason why she's shooting so badly. Like maybe she did too much work trying to bulk up her upper body and not enough on her legs. Like I don't know. She should probably go. I mean this when I say this. Go to Iowa and do what she did in the off season beforehand. But now it's going to take like hire a Tim Grover or something, because she's going to have to rechange how.
Fans can see the strain every time she steps on the floor. Every hard fall, every moment she comes up limping, sends a jolt through the arena. The crowd holds its breath, hoping, begging, that she's okay. And almost without fail, Clark waves off the trainers, grits her teeth, and keeps going. She refuses to quit, refuses to let her team down. But the signs of pain are there, a subtle limp, a wince she can't quite hide. She pours every ounce of herself into the game, but the toll is visible. Her first step explosiveness dulled, her once deadly shooting now inconsistent. It's the image of a warrior battling through pain, equal parts inspiring and heartbreaking. And the opposition hasn't let up. With Clark's superstar status and undeniable skill, she's become the top target on every scouting report. Opposing defenses have ramped up the physicality, and in some cases, gone too far. One coach was blunt: "We know she doesn't like physicality. That's the strategy: bump her, grab her, hit her, do whatever it takes to throw her off rhythm." The result? Clark has already drawn 6 flagrant fouls this season, more than any other player. She's taken elbows to the face, body checks mid-drive, and hits that go well beyond the bounds of standard physical play. These aren't just fouls, they are dangerous collisions that threaten long-term damage.